Hey friends, okay, so I'm gonna show you how I make a lotion slash body butter. And this is how I do it. It's super easy. There's no recipe or directions. You just kind of throw everything in your bowl. I use a KitchenAid. I put some cocoa butter. I'm gonna use some olive oil, jojoba, some essential oils. This one is Good Samaritan. It's a wellness blend. It kind of smells like thieves. Some coconut oil, and then shea butter. And one of the main things I wanted to show you here was the shea butter. And the reason why is because I get a lot of questions about quality on certain ingredients, especially since I've been doing research. I have two different types of shea butter here. I have white shea butter. It says country of origin, Ghana, okay? And I have yellow shea butter. This is a very popular brand that's sold in the States. It does say at the very bottom, product of Ghana. Product, not property. So I'm going to assume they're both from Ghana and that they're natural. Now, the difference is the white one is more refined. Some of the impurities are taken out, so it's more of a, let's say, cleaner shea butter, where the yellow, less is refined, so there's more beneficial ingredients, but you get this color that sometimes can be annoying. Like, I like to make my own deodorant, so I prefer the white one because it doesn't leave, marks on your clothes. Same with the body butter too. So this one's like harder. It's not as like silky and smooth, so it takes a little bit longer to whip, and it takes a little bit longer to absorb in the skin, but once it does, it's silky, and it does absorb very fast, where the white, to me, is softer. See, I can actually spread it. It's very silky and creamy and buttery, coats really well. And absorbs fast too. So it just whips up a little quicker in my KitchenAid. So it's really just preference. But the one thing that I thought was very interesting was that this came looking the most natural, just a big chunk wrapped in saran wrap, little label slapped on, as if it almost came from like a natural source, where Afro Cosmetics, is one better than the other? I don't think so. I think that as long as it's natural and it's coming from its country of origin, and the less processing, the better. They smell exactly the same. Shea butter has a very like earthy, woody scent. Not the most pleasant, but then I'll add the essential oils in. I just found the packaging to be really interesting and very cool. And like, this is probably psychological, but I feel like this one's probably more natural than this, even though reading online, it says that the yellows has less refinement. So I don't know. I'm gonna show you now what it looks like once it's whipped up, and literally don't measure. I just always end up using more shea butter than anything else and only a few drops of essential oil. Just scraped down the sides in the bowl with my spatula. Yes, I use my kitchen utensils. Yes, I use dish soap and vinegar and sanitize. It's not a problem. Put the whip on now. First the paddle, just because the stuff is a little bit colder, so it's more firm, kind of softening things up to get it mixed. And now I'm going to do the whip. The whip is going to actually incorporate the ingredients well, and you'll get that whipped butter texture. This will probably go between 5 and 10 minutes, and I'll turn it up. So here's the finished product. It literally looks like whipped cream, which I have to tell my kids, you don't eat this. But it's smooth and creamy and buttery. Measurements, I can't really give you specifics because I don't do it. Just eyeball. And the only rule of thumb that I remember for myself is that I always have more shea butter than anything else. So if I do, let's say, half a cup of shea butter or a third of a cup of shea butter, I'll do a tablespoon of each oil, and then I'll do like 12 drops of essential oil. You need to remember too, if you're using essential oils, especially concentrated ones, it needs to have a carrier. If you put it directly on your skin, it will burn you. And that's if you're making toothpaste, if you're making deodorant, chapstick, whatever. And a carrier is another oil, essentially. It helps bind it. So yeah, that's the best I could give you for right now. But if you want a recipe, I'll write one up. Glass jars. I do have some leftover shea butter moisturizer that I made with the yellow. I don't feel like, I'm not gonna clean it out. It's all the same stuff. Scoop it right into my jars. And this probably lasts, oh my gosh, a while, at least a month or two. So I get it all out of my bowl. See, it's a big jar. And then I have these little, like, they sell them on Amazon. They're like little containers, and I fill those for when my husband has to travel for work, so he can take some with him. And also I do the Castile soap and water in another container where he can take his own soap. And that's it. It's super easy. It smells amazing. It's silky, it's creamy. There's no toxic ingredients, no petroleum, none of that stuff. Nothing to disrupt your body. It's just good, clean, natural ingredients. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. So you need to go make some of your own body butter. If you have any questions, just let me know.